and welcome to my very first plan with me and my new Erin Condren planner for the year. So if you did not see my previous video, it's all about my planner and a little bit of how I like to organize my sticker collection, so that way I'm not overwhelmed when it comes to actually doing the sticker spreads. So today we are going to be doing the very first spread. I am kind of far behind, but that is okay. That's the one thing I like, is that if you really want to, you can always like catch up. So that's what we are doing today, and this is just my brand new planner. I always love seeing just like the very first spread. So this is the sticker kit we're going to be using today. These are all sticker kits from my Etsy shop, and you can purchase these. This one is called Crumbly Cookies. I think it's very obvious what the theme is of this one. If you're not familiar, this is based on Crumble Cookie. I do have skin tone and hair color variations of this kit, so there are different options to choose from. So really quickly, I'm just going to go through the kit. This is the full box page. These are the check boxes. This is the date cover page. This is the little things and today labels. This one is the deco page, flags and glitter headers. And the last page here, this one is the washi page with the quarter boxes. Okay guys, so it has been a while since I have done a plan with me, so please go easy on me. So first off, I always like to start with white outing over the dates there, just so they don't show through on any of my date covers here. Sometimes they're just a little bold and I don't like them showing through. So next, I like to first put my dates on here so I don't forget what week we are working on. The next thing I like to do is take my today labels, and I like to do these at the very top first, because that way, since these have a little rounded edge at the top, it kind of helps me put these on a little bit straighter. So I'm just gonna go through and put all of these on the top here. And I can't believe it has been so long since I started actually doing these little, like, you know, planners like this. I used to do, well, I started in 2016. That was the very first year I ever kind of like got into planners. Ironically, it was right after I graduated college, which I feel like maybe on one hand I probably wouldn't have had time to do stuff like this while I was in college, especially my last semester of my senior year. But it's kind of ironic because I feel like it would have been so helpful if I had found it a little bit earlier, because it would have been so much fun to actually, like, I don't know, plan my classes and stuff and like really fill out my schedule, because after that it was like I didn't really have as much stuff to really plan. Like after that, like I didn't really have a whole lot of stuff to actually plan after that, so it was kind of like fun planning, but it wasn't like really functional, I guess, if that makes sense. But what I've always loved about like planners and planner stickers is just, I don't know, how creative and fun it is. And some people kind of think it's silly, and I 100% can like understand why they would think that, because I was totally that way when I first saw like what the planner, not even community was, but I was just like, why do people do this? Like, what's the appeal? What is the point? Who has the time or the money for any of these things? I just didn't quite get it at first, and then it was just, I tried it for the first time and I was like, oh my gosh, this is so much fun. It's so cute. I get it. Like, yeah, it's not always super practical, but it's fun, and that's what I really loved about it. All right, so next up I'm going to add my check boxes. I have this like whole formula down perfect for how I like to lay out my kits now, so I have been pretty much doing it the same way for a while. The only thing is it does get a little bit repetitive, but it's kind of one of those things, typically if I'm not filming, then I like watching like a TV show or something while I'm putting down my stickers, because I feel like each spread, if I'm really, you know, making good time, probably takes me about maybe 30 minutes to do. I'm just laying all the stickers down and doing everything like that, but it's really fun for me and I quite enjoy it. The only thing with doing actual like plan with me's, like filming them, like I used to do a while ago, several years back, I just run out of things to talk about and I'm not quite sure what to say half the time. So maybe if I bring this back on my channel, like kind of like a throwback planner videos and stuff, maybe if I had like some topics to talk about, that would kind of give me a little bit more of a I don't know, a roadmap of what to talk about. So since I don't really have anything planned, I'm just gonna kind of talk about planners in general and like what got me into planning. And basically it was Elle Fowler. She is like an OG YouTuber, used to be in the beauty space, and she at one point, I think, had broken her back and she was like bedridden for months and months. And I think that for her, that was when she came across like the planner community, and then she started doing like videos about it, and she opened a sticker shop, and I had always enjoyed her videos and liked her personality. And I feel like she's gone through so many lives of YouTube, which is, you know, I kind of feel like that's true with everybody, especially if you've been on YouTube for a long time, which I don't know if people realize that I've kind of been on YouTube for a long time too. Obviously nowhere near as long as, you know, her or like the beginning, but I started posting videos in 2011, which feels like forever ago, but then it also doesn't, but then it also does. So I don't know, I haven't quite made up my mind on any of that. And actually 4th of July is my YouTube channel birthday, and I started in 2011, so that would mean 21 was my 10 year, 22 was my 11 year. That makes 23 my 12 years on YouTube. That's kind of crazy to think about. Definitely kind of crazy to think about. I started in the summertime, right before my, let's see, that would have been right before my senior year of high school, which is crazy to think about because, I don't know, I have always been a fan of YouTube. Like, I started watching YouTube, gosh, like 2007, maybe even a little bit into like end of 2006. So I kind of feel like I've been around the YouTube community for a long time, even though I didn't make videos myself for quite a while after that. But going full circle, that is how I got into planning and found like the planning community. And you know, I've always just, at first, I'm not gonna lie, I was a little bit of a hater about it. I didn't understand it. I thought it was weird. I thought it was like kind of frivolous and pointless, but I started doing it myself and I was like, okay, I kind of see why people like doing this. The only thing though, and this is a little bit about why I started my actual sticker shop. So I was looking at all of these planner posts and stickers and I was like, wow, people really, you know, can pay some money for some stickers. And I was getting into the, you know, habit of looking at different shops and things like that, and just, you know, I was like, wow, these are, people kind of spend a lot of money on this. To be honest, there was like no way I was going to be able to afford sticker kits, and I, you know, I had just graduated with a degree in graphic design, and I was like, well, you know, while I'm kind of like, you know, in between, you know, in the summer, just graduated and stuff like that, I was like, maybe as a little like side thing I could do, you know, make my own little planner stickers and just kind of see what came of it. And I didn't even start thinking of doing a shop at all until probably, I don't know, maybe 4 months into actually making my own little stickers. I, you know, researched Cricut and Silhouette, and I was like, I didn't know which machine I should get. So I finally ended up landing on getting a Cricut machine just because I felt like it was a little bit more beginner user friendly as far as like the cutting machines go. I feel like everyone's pretty divided whether they like Cricut or Silhouette, and that was one of those things that I just kind of had to watch a lot of videos and just figure out what I thought would work best for me. And that's how I landed on the Cricut, which I'm actually very glad that I did get, because I noticed that a lot of the sticker shops that I was following or like really interested in, they were all using like Silhouette machines, and I was like, oh, well, maybe I'm not like smart enough to do that, or, you know, wouldn't have the patience for it or something like that, which is kind of silly now that I look back on it. I probably would have figured it out, but I do still like the Cricut, and I'm so glad that I initially chose that cutting machine because it really is one of the more user-friendly ones, especially with the way that I, you know, create and make my own stickers. So without actually have ever personally used a Silhouette, I actually do own a Silhouette that I got at a thrift store probably about, I don't know, maybe like 8 months ago at this point. I got it for $15, and it was one of the older ones, which, you know, I didn't have such super high hopes for, but I did play with it just a little bit, but I never got any mats for it or blades for it and all that stuff. And that's the one thing I really like about Cricut, is I feel like it's a little bit, I wouldn't say more easily accessible or anything, because at my Michaels and like Hobby Lobby, like they carry both Silhouette and Cricut supplies and all that stuff. But I just overall really enjoyed using the Cricut. When I first got it, I didn't really care for the design software that you have to use with Cricut, so I pretty much only used that just to put my files, my completed files in there, and then use that to cut the stickers. But I don't do any of like my designing in the design space, if that makes sense. So I do everything through Illustrator, which is like a graphic design industry standard program. So that's of course the one that I always used and still use to this very day. But anyway, that was a very long tangent. I'm not quite even sure where I came off topic with that one. But anyway, so I started making stickers for myself because I knew that even though the Cricut was expensive, it was kind of like a little post-graduation gift to myself. And if I would have had that in college, oh my god, my student projects would have been like through the roof if I had that. Just the possibilities are kind of endless with what you can do with like the Cricut machines. Every project that I did, I was like, wow, if I had this, this would have been a breeze. All right, we are getting closer to the bottom here. Let's see, what do I need to do next? Let's take these little glitter flags. I don't know why I like to do these, but it's just kind of like the formula that I figured out for my planner, and that's just what I like to do. So I started making stickers for myself, really enjoyed that, made a few cute ones and stuff like that, and I was like, you know, maybe I should just open an Etsy shop. I'd had an Etsy shop before with my friend in high school, so we were kind of just coming off of doing that and stuff, and I was like, well, maybe I'll just try doing a sticker shop. And so of course I opened my sticker shop. My designs were very different from the very beginning. It's kind of funny. I almost want to go back to my very first planner and just like show you what I was creating in the very beginning, because it's so different from the art style that I have now. But I actually quite enjoy my art style now. I feel like I really like it. I think it's cute. So once I decided that I pretty much could not afford to buy, you know, stickers every week from different people's Etsy shops, I was like, well, I would like to make my own stickers and try to make them a little bit more affordable. I mean, obviously I want to, you know, still make a little bit of money from it and be profitable and stuff like that. So I tried to be very reasonable, I would say, with my sticker kits, and it just kind of all went from there. This bottom washi is always the hardest for me to line up. Oh, and I'm still off just a tiny bit, but that's okay. That doesn't bother me. Let's see, I need to work on the sidebar here a little bit. One thing that's different from this planner that I noticed is that the sidebar is a little different. I feel like this, I think last year used to be down at the bottom, which I think I preferred, because now I've got this little bit of a dilemma where this is like the little, I call this like the title box, because obviously it has the title of the kit on there, but also I typically like to do it like up here, but I kind of don't really want to cover up the calendar, so I guess I'm gonna try, and we'll just put it down below, because like I said, this is where I'm like, I'm used to it being, this is like where it feels right, but then I'm like, I don't really want to cover it up. So we'll try this way. I hope I don't regret this. And it's always kind of hard lining this up the first time. Let's line it up like that. Seems a little bit low, but we're gonna go with it. We're gonna commit. Okay, sticker is down. We are committing to that. So we're gonna leave that be. And then what do I like to do? I have some little extra headers I've got this week to do, next week, and dinners. That way you can kind of like, you know, use whatever fits best for you. I'm gonna do this week. That's the one I always like to do. And then I take the Monday through Sunday little sticker here. and place that right under there. So this kind of gives me just like a little checklist if there's, you know, something. Sometimes I'll do like what I want for dinner for the week here if I'm like meal prepping and planning all that stuff. Sometimes I will do if I have any like appointments or schedules. It kind of just depends on what I feel like putting there week to week. And then I've got this little space here. Sometimes I have stuff that I put here and sometimes I don't. I kind of want to do something a little bit different. So I want to see if there's room for this. Yeah, we'll do this because I really like these little sticky note stickers, but I never really found a way to like really incorporate them into my spread too much. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take that and I want to do a little decorative sticker there. I always like to do one little deco sticker kind of like on the edge here. So that's, we'll do the little milk bottle there, and then I think I want to do a little cookie down here at the bottom. Let's just do the chocolate chip cookie, and I'll just kind of layer it there. So that way it's a little cutesy. All right, and then over here, a few things that I need to do before I fill it in. I'm gonna take my weekend banner and place that right there. And so that is pretty much it for the base spread. So then typically what I like to do is just go back and fill it in. And then I do like to use my little label, or not label, what's it called? My brain is like fried right now. My little things stickers. So I like to do my dinners for every day. So I'll put these at the bottom of each day. And then I used to, you know, watch a lot of like TV shows and stuff. So I'd keep track of what TV shows came on what night, but actually I don't even have cable anymore, and I don't watch, you know, TV or regularly, you know, scheduled programming or anything. So it's like now I've got all these like little TV stickers and I don't use them for much. So I'm thinking about maybe reformatting some of my kits to have less TV stickers and maybe put something else on there, because mostly everything I watch now is just streaming, so there's not a dedicated night for stuff like that. I don't know, just one of those things. It's like I don't really think about updating or reformatting my kits until I'm really like consistently using my own kits, and then I see, okay, what stickers do I have left over? What am I not using? And then trying to find a balance between what I think like my customers would like or what they don't use. So that's something that I always kind of want to workshop a little bit more and get more feedback on. Oh yeah, another sticker I want to add is my payday stickers. So I get paid on Tuesdays, so I want that on there. And then I also have other like payouts for like my Etsy's and stuff, which I like to track on here too, but I only have 2 payday stickers on here. So I might get a little creative and pick a different little thing sticker to put on there to track those payments. Okay, and then my Etsy payouts were on Wednesday of this week, so I'm just gonna do 2 of the little asterisk ones, and I will fill those in. And then there's like some little odds and ends I will add into the bottom here that I kind of won't think about until I start filling it in with pin. So this is what it looks like before I go in with the pin. I will try to fill in some of it off camera and just fill that in and add a little more stickers here and there. That's kind of like the hard part whenever I'm behind on my planner, but luckily I do have a functional planner here that I use like on like a daily basis, so this will help me fill in the rest of my planner. Okay everyone, I have filled in my planner with my pin now. I added a couple more little stickers around. I used my little decorative ones down here, added in a couple little icon stickers on here, and that is pretty much it for this plan with me. I'm definitely trying to get back into it, so hopefully there will be more videos coming up in the next few weeks. And really quickly I'll show you all the stickers I used up as well, because I feel like sometimes that's fun to see like how many stickers are in the kit, whatever you use. I feel like this is a pretty close to a no white space planning method. That's just kind of what I like. Obviously I've got a little bit of space here when I used to use a lot more of the little things labels, so there's still a little white space, so it's not complete, but you could totally achieve pretty much like a no white space planning style, just depending on whatever you like. There's definitely a lot of stickers in my kits. And hopefully you find enough variety as well to have a little bit of everything. So first off, for the full box page, I just have one little blank label here. Then the checkbox page, I have 4 little blank labels at the bottom. Next up, these are all the icons I have left, so definitely there's a bunch of icons there. Obviously date stickers, I like to reuse these for other dates of other kits and stuff, and then I use up like one of these little sheets over, you know, several weeks. I have one little glitter flag left, all those icons. These are all the little things that I have left in the labels. I used to use these more, but I didn't use them today in this spread. Then for the flags, I never really use the flags, but again, if you are someone who likes to kind of either extend your planner kit over 2 weeks, you can use these to mix in, like with if you don't want to do like a checkbox every day. So there's that option. So I have these 2 large flags here and then the little tassel garland there. And then the final page here, I have 1 quarter box here and 1 movie marquee. And those are all of my stickers for this kit. And this is what the final spread looks like. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe. You can follow me on Instagram. Link is below. Until my next video, I will talk to you guys later. Bye.